next time I decide to test a internet-enabled mobile device, remind me not to come on a friggin' train that goes through the middle of nowhere. Can't believe I didn't think that through. Astonishingly stupid, am I? Searching for network. Desperately searching for network. Please, network. Please. Miles and miles and miles of track and ridiculous amounts of scenery that looks exactly like that. Just lots and lots of that. Just a bit of green, bit of sky, a couple of trees stuck in the middle there somewhere. There's probably a cow there somewhere, which I'm sure some people find thrilling, but that's just so boring. Look, shooting through this window, all I can see is my reflection as well, because the sun's in the wrong position. I hate train travel. I don't like train travel. But let me show you the accommodations that I've got here. So this is a 3-seater day cabin. Not a lot of room. Now, the thing is about this cabin is it seats 3, and when I booked the seats, I asked the lady, look, I want to ensure that I've got privacy, because I'm going to be doing this video, and I didn't want to make someone else feel awkward by talking to a camera while I was sitting in the cabin here, and I didn't want to make myself self-conscious when I'm trying to do a video and there's someone sitting next to me going, what's he doing? So I ended up buying 3 full price tickets, one for each of these seats, so I can ensure that I've had an entire cabin to myself. But here's the thing, didn't need to. It didn't occur to me that this is a train, and the single ticket is about the same as a flight. The train takes 11 hours, the flight takes 90 minutes. Sitting in Melbourne, there are lots and lots and lots of flights doing it every day. So the train is virtually empty, particularly this end of the train, the first class day cabin end of the train. There is tons and tons of empty space. So I could have bought a single ticket and had my pick of empty spaces to record in. But no, I'm a colossal idiot, and I spent 3 times too much to make sure I had space to do these videos for you. Moron. Oh, there's my cabin. There's another empty one. There's another empty one. There's another empty one. You go all the way down there, I think there's like one other person on this entire carriage. They're all empty, and it was all pointless of me buying 3 tickets. And look, more of that boring scenery. But anyway, back into my private little space. My little room, my little hideaway. Is that not the dumbest look I've ever had on my face? It's time for a little mid-journey snacking with some red licorice that I bought, but rather regretting, because this is some of the most ordinary red licorice I've ever tasted. It's just not that pleasant, but it's food and some sugar in there to keep me going and stop me feeling really lousy. Now, it doesn't even make a particularly hilarious comedy prop. They're too big. Actually, the more of this red licorice I eat, the more I like it, or the less I hate it, I guess. But just trying desperately to keep myself amused, because there's nothing out here. Oh, spoke too soon. Look, there's a sign of civilization. Quick, quick, quick. Come on. See that? That's a road. And look, more gravel. More big pile of gravel. Humans exist out here. Oh, look, construction from, 1842. And some sort of water tower, I guess. I've got a couple of close friends who are born and raised country folk, basically. They live in the city now, of course. Different cities, various cities. But they all live in the city. Nobody stays in the country anymore. Because, country's boring. And it's really hard to get a signal on your mobile phone out here. I don't know how people exist. What do they do? Go for a wander in the field? Kick a cow? Sheep! Sheep! Oh, horses! No, wait, they're cows. There was a horse, okay? Leave me alone, I'm not that much of a city boy. I know the difference between a horse and a cow, but I saw a horse who was in the field with a bunch of other cows, which I'm not sure how common that is in the country. I imagine not very. Cows and horses, I don't imagine getting along very well, quite honestly. Cows are kind of tasty. Horses, I don't know, I've never tried horse. Alright, when I get to Melbourne, I'm going to see if I can find a restaurant that serves a horse burger. I like the sound of that, horse burger. Sounds like a disease. Oh, he's got horse burgers. It's no good. He's all messed up in the mouth. Long face. Huge penis, though! So, I've just realised that for the last couple of bits to camera, I haven't actually had my tie clip microphone turned on. You can see I'm handling it now, which probably sounds awful. Nor have I had the recorder even turned on, let alone recording. So I'm just relying on the microphone built into this camera, and you know, this is the Sony camera I recently reviewed, so it should do alright. I know the microphone's pretty good, but you know, with all this train noise and track noise and squeaks and grinds and bumps and clicks and stuff like that, I just wanted to be sure that my voice comes through nice and clear when I do these things. So, you know, I'm wearing the tie clip, which I don't normally need to do when I'm in the house. But yeah, forgot to turn it on. Feel like a complete cramp, you know. I made a really funny joke about horse dicks. I hope that came out alright, because it was kind of embarrassing. One of the train attendants was wandering by the cabin. As I said, huge penis though! And yeah, these doors aren't that thick. I'm pretty sure he heard me. I'm sitting here and alone as well, so hopefully he saw the camera and figured out what was going on. Otherwise, you know, it might be a bit awkward by the time I go get some lunch. What time is it? It's only 12:30. So, lunch. Civilization. Well, a kind of civilization anyway. A little country town called Cootamundra. You may be interested to learn that the little Aussie town of Cootamundra is famous for absolutely nothing besides having a slightly amusing name. Cootamundra. Oh, look at that. A cell tower. There is a cell tower over there. Quickly, do we have signal? No. No, we don't. And whoever that tower belongs to, I'm not with them. Awesome. Seriously, this is pretty much all there is to see on the entire trip as far as I can tell so far. Just grassy plains and trees and clouds over and over again, kilometre after kilometre after kilometre after kilometre after kilometre after kilometre. And occasionally, oh, a little spaz of civilization. Someone drops some houses in the middle of nowhere for a bit, and then we go back to trees and grass and clouds. I really don't feel so good. No, what it is, I don't normally get travel sick or car sick or anything like that. I just feel really ordinary right now. A blur in my stomach and tired, my eyes hurt. I don't like train travel, apparently. So being the halfway point of the trip, I started to get kind of hungry because the only thing I packed in my bag were a few packets of lollies and some energy drinks to get me going. But there's only so far you can go running on pure caffeine and sugar. I mean, in my case, it can go pretty far because, you know, it's what my circulatory system is made up of, and if it gets too much blood in it, I get in trouble. But just went down to the dining car, or whatever they want to call it, buffet car. Got myself a meat pie, a prime beef meat pie, good old Aussie tucker. And quite honestly, I expected it to be awful, because, you know, it's probably been sitting there in the warmer for 5 hours since we left Sydney, but it was actually really delicious. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I woofed it down in short order, and I feel like 700% better now. I feel reinvigorated, and I'm watching the, well, more trees in the sky whiz by, because that's all there is. You know, nice cold can of Coke, and feeling relaxed. I'm feeling chilled out. Starting to get into what people like about train travel. It's kind of relaxing, especially if you do what I do and, you know, book out an entire day set of cabin just for yourself, so a bit of privacy, a bit of space to stretch out. You know, you can play silly bugs and stuff, which you can't do if you're on a plane. You start messing around playing silly buggers on a plane, sooner or later you get crash-tackled through the emergency exit door, and you know, whenever it becomes a whole hassle to try and fly again anyway. The trains, no. You know, no one's bothering me. I'm in my little cabin. I can screw around, yell at the camera, play some games. No one's bothered. I'm bothering no one. It's awesome. Well, not awesome, but better than a flight in cattle class. Nope. I'm back to hating train journeys. I'm bored, I'm tired, I'm restless, my back aches, and I'm just all full of that childish, are we there yet? 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 It's been hours. Why aren't we there yet? The train has been delayed slightly because there was that track work which slowed us down, and they're going to try and make up the time apparently, but oh god, it's tedious. Yeah, I don't think I like this train journey. I think next time I do a big train journey, it might be the something more exciting, from like Sydney to Perth, going the overland. No, it'd be just as boring. Instead of, you know, green and trees, it'll be orange dirt and sky. I don't know if I'm cut out for this train stuff, but the playbook is really impressive. I actually am really enjoying using that, as you would have picked up by the main videos, instead of this sort of behind the scenes randomness video. But yes, hello. Sorry, got distracted by a pretty girl. No, I don't like trains. I don't think I like trains. Better than buses, but yeah. Airplanes may be a huge pain in the ass these days. All the, you know, security checkpoints and searches and check on baggage and having to pay extra to have the humongous pain in the ass. But, you know, at least it's over quickly, or quicker than a train anyway. Bored. Time for some more games. You know what I don't get about train nerds? And train nerds are the nerdiest of the nerdy kind, really. If you ever have a, well, let's be kind and call it conversation with a real train nerd, you'll want to do harm. Now, for example, look on YouTube. Just search for trains or you know, something like that on YouTube. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube from train nerds. Almost all of them are about 45 seconds to a minute and a half long, and almost all of them are just video from one point of view of a train either pulling into or leaving a station. That's it. And you look at the comments and it gets even worse, because there are comments going, "Awesome video, dude! I rode that train 2 years ago. The buffet car was superb, but I didn't like the carpets." Who are these people who get excited about 45 seconds worth of poorly shot vision of a train pulling into a station? Train nerds of planet Earth, I don't get you. And I don't like you. You make me uncomfortable with myself. You make me uncomfortable even getting on a train, because I know somewhere on board there might be one of you here. And if I catch your eye in the wrong, you know, if we make eye contact, you might trap me in a corner and talk to me about, you know, gauge widths and diesel electric engines, and how awesome it is when the train pulls into, you know, the third stop on the third line of whatever. I don't know. I don't know enough train terminology to mock you properly even, but I don't like you. I mean, you know, I'm proud to be a nerd. I'm proud to be a geek. But the train nerds are just a step too far in my book, quite honestly. They creep me out. So, 8 hours into the train trip now. 4 more to go. And yep, you guessed it. The scenery is still green grass, few trees, occasional moo cow, and cloudy sky. 8 consistent hours of the same scenery going by. You could just sit in a window in your house and see the same scenery for 8 continuous hours. And it won't make you motion sick if you stare at it too long. And you can make a nice fresh pot of tea when you want. And your seat doesn't vibrate consistently. And your house doesn't rock all the time. Really not seeing the value of this 19th century technology continuing to be used. There are better, faster, more efficient ways to get crap back and forth. That's novel. Ooh. Ah. Yawn. You know what's really driving me around the bend? This is the main rail route between 2 of the most major capital cities in Australia, and there's no consistent mobile phone coverage. You know, we come up to one of the stations and something, you know, 80% of the time I'll get signal on my phone. Some towns, even the train station in these towns isn't covered apparently. But the thing that's really driving me completely around the twist is, you know, I'll have my phone sitting on the shelf over there and it'll go ping when it gets an email or, you know, a Twitter response or something like that, and I go, ooh, that means it's picked up a signal. And so by the time I reach over to grab it, and I pull it up to my face and I, you know, load up Twitter or whatever, and I go to refresh the timeline to see what's come through, the signal's gone again. The train's only moving 160 kilometers an hour, and the coverage is so spotty. The ability to get a signal is so pathetic that it only lasts for moments at a time. You go, ping, I got something for you. No, you can't have it. Ping, I got something. No, you have to wait till the next time I go ping. If you're lucky, I'll let you read an email or something. If you're lucky. It's like a torturous game of technology roulette or something. I don't know. But it's driving me crazy. Okay, so maybe train travel isn't all that bad. I've got the sun setting just over there outside my window, and I whipped out the old Olympus here, my compact camera, and whacked it into spot focus mode, and I think I got a couple of astonishingly pretty shots. I won't be sure until I get them back on the computer, of course, where I can look at them full size, but on the back of the camera, they look awesome. Oh, okay, so I just did my final bit to camera for the BlackBerry playbook videos and started rolling again on this more behind the scenes stuff. You probably noticed I stopped bothering with the tight clip microphone. I couldn't be bothered anymore. I got really lazy a couple of hours ago and just started relying on the onboard microphone off the camera, which should be good enough, but click, 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 all this sort of train noise, and my back is just killing me, because, you know, I've got a bit of a dodgy back as it starts with, but spending, what is it, 9.5, nearly 10 hours now jittering around, and all my back muscles are constantly readjusting because the train is, you know, wafting along the tracks, and oh, I am beyond fatigued right now. It's just ridiculous to have all my back muscles just constantly adjusting and tweaking themselves for 10 hours straight, and it's just sucking my life out of me. Good news is I'm booked into a fairly decent hotel that should have a big squishy bed, and I'm going to sleep like a log tonight. So, never understood that, sleep like a log. Logs just sort of lie there and rot, basically, which doesn't sound like a particularly pleasant way to spend a night. You know, slowly being digested by bacteria and insects and fungus. Sleep like a brown bear in winter, maybe. You know, that hibernation style, just deep, solid sleep with the heart beating like once every couple of days. That kind of sleep I want. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, just in case I can't be bothered turning on the camera anymore before I get to Melbourne and get into the hotel room and go to sleep. Thanks for watching. I'm Blunty. I'll catch you next time. If I can be bothered turning on the camera later, there'll be an edit right here and then something else will happen. Oh, I'm getting so sick of those noises.